We're going to make a conical shaped blade core this morning. We hope to get something that looks similar to this, and I want to show you the process that I used to get to this endpoint like this. I'm going to start off with a piece of raw dacite from Oregon, and this is pretty good material. I haven't actually removed any flakes on this piece, but we'll see if it's, I believe it'll be pretty good. And we're going to rough it out with percussion using a bopper. You can also use moose antler, whatever. Basically just to establish a platform. In this case, I've got a natural platform on this piece right here. This is actually obsidian, not dacite, but I want to establish these ridges with percussion and kind of set up our parameters for a nice core. Once we get it roughed out with percussion, we'll go to the next stage, which is indirect percussion. And some people might go directly, or in the elbow days they might have gone directly to pressure, depending on how good a job they did with percussion. But I get pretty good results using this punch right here, and this will allow me to hopefully get it to looking something like this. Once we get it to this point right here, we can go ahead and switch over, and I use handheld pressure using an ishi stick to finish the cone up. Of course, it's the blades that the Aboriginal people were interested in using. This is just the end product that was actually discarded oftentimes. I use this little notch pad here. I tried it out the other day and made one of these, and it worked really good. A lot of people use a chest crutch, like Don Crabtree did, and that works really well, especially for making larger cores than this. The limit on handheld is about 3 to 4 inches for me. A person might be able to get up to 5 inches, but comfortably somewhere in the 3 to 4 inch range works out pretty good. So we'll give that a try. I think before we get started here, I'd like to show how to set up some other types of cores. There's all kinds of geometric shapes you can start out with, and when you have something that's already roughly cone shaped to begin with, it can make it a lot easier. But basically there's two conditions. You want to set up a platform, and you need to set up one or more ridges going from the platform to the distal end of the core, and just kind of briefly go over that a little bit with these two pieces right here. Okay, get started on this. I'm just going to remove a few flakes just to kind of, I want to start out with a core preform, let's say, to where we've established a platform. In this case it'll be up here on the top, and this will be our distal end, and then 1 or 2 flakes going down will establish ridges from proximal end or the platform all the way to the distal end. I like this piece. It's already kind of conical shaped here, which is really nice. That's what you want, is you want a wider platform and you want a narrower distal end. Your flakes are going to be curved to straight to curved. You want a slight curvature ideally, but as you work the platform down and start removing blades, the platform diameter gets smaller at a faster rate than the distal end because of the bulb of pressure or percussion. And so let's set up a platform. We need to basically just remove a flake off the top. I like for the flake to be actually concave in there instead of convex like I have right now. But you want to be careful that you don't overshoot the opposite end here. Pretty nice on these nodules like this. This is a piece of Pedernales because they're already the right shape. So it's just a matter of setting up a couple of ridges. You always want to pick the side or the face that has the greatest curvature for your first blade. You wouldn't want to try and remove a blade off on these flatter faces over here because they're going to spread out and they're not really going to create a ridge. So we've got a pretty good convexity right in here. We've got a little bit of a spot right there. You always want to smooth off the path of the travel of your intended flake so that it doesn't hit any high spots in the way and it can go all the way. Hopefully this will go to the end. We'll see. I want to strike down because I don't want it to overshoot and take off the distal end. Nothing should be touching the face where the flake comes off so that it releases freely. Okay, I didn't hit it far enough up, so we'll have to hit it again here. Okay, we got one there. Now we'll take off another one right here. I want to hit it right there ideally. I always like to get a little low spot right behind the point where I want to hit it, just so that it'll release a little bit easier, travel a little bit further. I like to get one off in here, and then we'll switch to another piece. I'm just trying to show how to get started on these things. No, not like that. Let's try one here. Again, you always want to straighten out these paths. So the idea is we go all the way around this piece. That was just to give you an example on that particular piece. Here's another one, kind of the same thing. Another Pedernales nodule, and essentially set up a platform. Some nice flint. Got a bump here, so we need to kind of just have the flake terminate right there. I think this stuff here is as good as any French flint I've ever seen. This is just raw Pedernales. Man, it is nice. It looks like that French flint. It's a little bit too narrow for the length that we've got right here in diameter, so I'm bringing the platform down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the dacite, and this one here we'll do all the way. We'll go from start to finish. We'll give you some examples.